Hi everyone. So this message in this video may be difficult to listen to, but it's important to hear. And it relates to how everyone who's watching this video, everyone who is on the internet, who has Facebook, who has a computer, that we are part of the top 20% of the planet's richest people. You know the whole story about the 99% and the 1%? Well, it turns out all these people that protested are part of the top 20%. 80% of people on planet Earth make less than $10 US dollars a day. Look that up. That means the rest, the majority, don't really have such things as real security and money. They live in risky situations. Life is not guaranteed. I mean, if you look at, even like, let's say a bad life in the United States would be a comparatively really good life. Simply because of survival. If you really look at the difference, all the problems that we have here in these first world countries would seem like nothing. Because we have our survivals, we have electricity, water, air conditioning. We have these kind of things. I mean, it's like, it's really eye-opening to see this, to see the truth of how we're like living like kings. And it always wasn't like this. In the 1900s, 90% of people in the United States were farmers. So we did, labor work, and that's how things existed for a long time. Thanks to technology, thanks to the Industrial Revolution in the 1900s, things changed. Now, today, only 5% of the US population actually work on farms. Everyone knows that with technology, things become easier and better. If you have a saw, you will cut that wood much faster than if you didn't have it. If you had to somehow figure a different way to do it without using a tool, you can even say it's impossible. So I mean, that's like a very basic economic principle that they teach you within macroeconomics in class. That is, what increases an economy is technology and education. If you want to really expand a country's economy, you need to invest in education and technology. That's been proven over time. And that's what happened in the 1900s. But that only happened in some places, not everywhere equally. Not everywhere in the world equally is technology developed and used where it's the utmost of currently of what we know, of what we discovered, what we've already applied and tested, as well as being educated. Not everyone in the world is equal in their education level. If we really wanted to, we could spend our time, our effort, within not developing new technology, but simply applying the technology we already have, giving it, manufacturing the tools, manufacturing the equipment, and giving it to people who don't have it so they can use it. And then they can actually produce their food well. They can actually, everywhere on the planet, be independent, be strong, have that foundation of a country, of an economy, and to have the education as well, and that being the foundation for the place, the people. But we're not doing that. Instead, we have our own priorities, we have our own dreams, we have our own desires. We are all quite individualistic and selfish. We are pursuing our own dreams, not pursuing what is really best for everyone, the collective. If we were pursuing what's best for everyone, the collective, we would be looking for those kind of points, looking for those kind of solutions, like education, technology. Not developing new things, but simply applying what is already here, what hasn't really been applied and shared and given everywhere equally. So what we need is people to stand up and actually be different than who they've been so far. %80 of people live in less than $10 a day. You are living like a king. Literally. You are wealthier than 80% of the population of the human population. Think about that. Think about where you are in relationship to the whole. Think about how much money you have, how many resources you have, how many opportunities you have. Really. I mean, we are really aware of that. And that's why I wanted to make this video. Place yourself in the mindset of someone who's actually has very little money, who has to work really hard the whole day. I mean, like really hard, a full day, and it's like survival, like real survival, where it's like your nutritional needs. You may not even be eating enough. There's maybe like a doctor that's very far away from you, and of course it's expensive. I mean, think about the things you have, like the services you have, the opportunities you have, the things that you're able to buy, the things you're able to do, and the opportunities you have, the society you have, and the government you have. And even well-structured roads even. There's a lot of wealth in the world. The top 20% have it. We are it. It's not a point of shame or guilt or blame. It's a point of honesty. We have more opportunity and ability to really change things on a systematic level than the lower 80%. We are on top. We are on top of the pyramid. We really can't continue living this way. If you look at history, and like all the empires that have existed and have fallen, the Roman Empire, for example, all these empires fall, sometimes mysteriously, but it's not really a mystery. It's always due to this what we're facing right now. You have a large portion of the population who are within suffering, within survival, and we have ourselves here, who are being the top 20% who are wealthy and happy and enjoying life's freedom. What will happen eventually, which has happened throughout history so many times, is that people will have to kill to survive. people will have to revolt and steal and take what they need because they need to survive. And they've been surviving it much longer than we have. They have real survival skills. They're willing to do things to survive, and they've done it already. And that's because we've accepted and allowed it. They play a part in the system. They do a lot of menial labor and work and jobs, getting resource from the ground very cheaply. We've built a lot of our wealth on them. So of course, they will do what they need to survive. And it's not even something personal. It's not going to be like a personal result because they're angry about the wealthiest people. They're going to do it out of survival. They're going to do it because water's running out, food's running out, and they need to survive. And so they will consume us. They will take what they need. And again, it's not something out of hatred or blame or jealousy. It's out of survival. And that's the reality right now on planet Earth. The reality that us, the top 20%, are not aware of, really. And they will destroy us. And so really we have destroyed ourselves. Because we have accepted and allowed this way of living to continue. Instead of developing everyone equally to their utmost. If we were to actually develop everyone and give everyone what they really need, therefore they will be happy, so have their needs met, and really have the education, really have the technology, the infrastructure there, here, applied, available to use, we will have a world that's stable. We will have populations that are stable. No more will we go through cycles of empires falling, of destruction and chaos. First time for real world unity. We really have to rethink what we're doing before it's too late. We can look at history, what has already happened. We haven't corrected this mistake yet. Just like the Roman Empire, who the top elites, top 20%, basically used up all the resources and caused the lower 80% to have to fight to survive. That's what we're doing right now. So it's for our own good. It's even being a selfish thing to actually make sure that everyone's needs are met. Because then you'll actually have safety and security. You will not be threatened by others. Because they won't need to attack you out of survival. This isn't a strategy that human beings have applied yet fully, but you can see it within friendships. You can see it in small levels. People giving, sharing, supporting. And then they receive from people who are grateful because their needs are met. That's our potential. Give and you shall receive. So, this is my video. I'm talking about the top 20%, which is all of you and me, all of us who have computers, internet. So, we can be grateful for what we have, but also to actually make do with what we have to make sure it's to the utmost. give as you would like to receive. Thank you very much. Bye.